Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ryan's weekly arm wrestling vlog. Few things we need to chat about today. Let's talk on a personal level a little bit. My update is that, and I am driving out to Caldeck again. My update is that I am in my new house. I've officially moved. The house is moved. The garage is not moved, which means the gym is not set back up. So hopefully I can get that all taken care of this weekend. It's a tall order. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do to make that happen. For those of you who've seen my gym, you know there is a lot of stuff in there. So hopefully I get that done by next week and I can start pumping out videos from the new gym. Now that's all the equipment, awards, the whole thing. And it couldn't be more timely because it is a rest week. It is a rest week because I am competing for the Fit to Fight heavyweight title, which I currently hold. I am defending that title against Mark Gay from Grand Prairie, Alberta. And Mark, you are getting the best, most rested, fully peaked and prepared version. And I don't think there is a higher form of respect that I could give you than that. I will be showing up 100% ready to compete and defend that title. So the version of me you get, if you beat me this weekend, hats off to you, buddy. But it's a tall order. I'm ready and I'm feeling really good. Now, talking about the Fit to Fight, we'll continue on that vein a little bit and talk a little bit about Arm CrossFIRE at the same time. So Gobby and I did an episode yesterday with Kane Hemsing where he breaks down all the matches and we give our input on that. And we talk about a few other things. Towards the end of the show, we get into some different topics. But all those matches on that card are really competitive and entertaining matches. The women's matches that are set up are phenomenal. Vivian Santos versus Annie Beals is a marquee matchup, and I'm really looking forward to that match as well as seeing Brittany Sutherland compete. It's going to be really good. Christy Finley from Manitoba is in there. Really looking forward to that card. Heavily stacked with women's super matches. And one real marquee match that for the men, Len Houghton versus Steve Gaber. That is going to be a tough one to call. It could be quick, but I have this feeling that it's going to go the distance, and you're going to get a full 5 matches out of those guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing that match and the way that the contrasting styles play out. And just how much has Len been training for it, and I know Gaber's always training. And the guy can't get a whole lot more muscle onto that frame of his. And I always enjoy watching him arm wrestle. So towards the end of the show, we talk, because the topic came up last week. I was given about 15-20 minutes warning by Neil Pickup. He said, hey, do you want to come on the podcast? So the podcast I'm referring to is WAL This Week. No idea who I was going on with, what the topics were. Just, hey, do you want to come on? I said yes. We jumped on the show. Turns out I was on there with Neil, Ryan Bowen, and RVJ. So we had originally planned for a one-parter, but I think there was such a good flow going on that we ended up doing 2 parts to that show. So part 1 is now live. So check out WAL This Week, and you will hear some. I listened to it this morning. I thought it turned out really well. But the topics that came up, and this might not have actually been on part 1, but on part 2, and Neil has posted this as a match that he's interested in. He has a match between myself and Todd Hutchings on an upcoming WAL card. Right-handed match. It's intriguing to me, that match. It's definitely a challenge, and I would like the opportunity to rise to that challenge. I would need to employ some real thought and strategy into that match, but I would say yes to that match. Well, of course, I'd say yes to pretty much anything they offered me at this point. I mean, why wouldn't I? I'd be foolish not to take opportunities that are put out in front of me. So yeah, Todd Hutchings, right-handed. Wagner Bortolato, possibly left-handed. Maybe later on in the season we can talk somebody into that. I think probably his dance card is full with Matt Mask at some point in the not-so-distant future. We'll see about that. But I'm going to announce, seeing how we're on talking about CROSSFIRE a little bit as well, we got a big show coming up this week. Well, we just had Kane yesterday, so next Wednesday, tentatively, we have booked Mike Aiello to come on the show. And when I asked him the topics he wanted to cover, he responded, drugs. So it sounds like we're going to have a lot of talk about performance enhancement and the sport. So it should be a very interesting episode that I think will get a lot of attention and a lot of watches. Hey, listen, guys, I also have, and I know I'm going to get off here and I'm going to say I missed something, but there's always next week. But my event, February 29th, Southport Recplex is the location. Or no, pardon me, Central Plains Recplex at Southport, Manitoba is the location of my event, and I'm going to attach the event page in the description of this video so you can check that out. But I'm super excited to be putting on this event. It's an open weight event, and I am really hoping that people will embrace this as a challenge. It's only $10 an arm to come out. I'm charging enough money to maybe cover the cost of the venue, hopefully get a sponsor for the trophies, and the awards are going to be exceptional because I don't have to buy a lot of them. There's only going to be a top 3 right, a top 3 left in the men's and women's for a total of a dozen trophies. So when you're at an event like this, you put a little bit more into the awards. You try to make it as entertaining and showcase the arm wrestling as much as possible. And it sounds like the after party is going to be at Mr. Mike's in Portage Prairie, newly opened. So look forward to that. And I think that's it for this week, you guys. We are at the optimal time for YouTube at this moment, but again, we'll see more of the gym coming up in the next week or so, and watch that event this weekend. It will be live streamed, the Fit to Fight Duke Invitational. I'll see you guys next week.